Well, welcome to the Valley Hoops Insider podcast, part of the Valley Hoops Insider website. Harry Schroeder with you today, editor of the side host of the show, and glad you're with us as we continue to plow through the Missouri Valley Conference, talking to key players, important players in each one of the Valley teams. And today we have the privilege of having Kendall Lewis with us from the Illinois State Redbirds. He's that outstandingly good-looking young man there to the other side of the screen. And Kendall, first of all, just thanks for joining us. Appreciate you taking time. 2 days of practice.
Yes, sir.
You guys going to take the title?
Man, come on. I can't say no. I can't say no.
That's right. No way.
But yeah, I'm really excited with this team and everything, the new pieces, all the new pieces we got. And it's hard for me to say anything, have any doubts about this team, because everything we've been doing in practice has been very exciting. There's so many combinations of things we can do this year.
The Redbirds go 11-21 a year ago, 6-14 in the league, but you average over 10 points a game, third in the league in rebounds. Crazy stat line, 45 steals, 45 assists. You're one of 14 guys, 15, some number like that have that many steals, assists, and 24 blocks. Your game is diverse, isn't it? Do you pride yourself on having a multifaceted game?
For sure, and I've been blessed with the body to be able to do that, the height and the length, and I just take advantage of it, take as much advantage of it as I can, and I know that's what my team needs. So, and I don't go in the game thinking what stats I'm gonna get or how many stats I'm gonna get. If the ball's right there, I'm gonna go get it, or whatever my team needs. That's what I'm gonna get it done.
When you came to Illinois State, Dan Muller was the head coach, and full disclosure, Dan and I are good friends, and he says to me, Kendall Lewis isn't a good defender. He said he's a great defender.
Yes,
he would say that to me all the time. He says he's not good, he's great.
Yes,
the defense is athleticism and all kinds of things, but it's about attitude, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's 80, maybe 60%, 70% mentality. It's just you gotta want to stop the other man from scoring, or in a team defense, being able to talk to everybody. It's just knowing where people are supposed to be and knowing what the offense is trying to do. It's very mental. And I can't do it by myself. I need my team.
And rebounding is similar, right? I mean, you can have the right fundamentals, but it's about want to.
Exactly. And you got to want to. And that's what I pride myself in, is because I'm not the tallest or the strongest out there, but I want the ball more than you. I promise you that.
Tell me why, how did you end up at Illinois State in the first place? What drew you to Bloomington Normal?
Yes, sir. It was a tough little situation I had at App State. I left from there. I was at home for a minute, so I was just kind of like, I need something to get going. And then this coach from down in Georgia, he hit me up, contacted me, Coach Rob Johnson, and I knew him had connections in Georgia, and he got a job up here. And he talked to me and Mark Freeman, and it was a great. I loved it. I loved the city, and I loved what we had going. It didn't turn out, of course, as we wanted to, but like I'm still here because I still got high hopes in the Redbird Nation.
Rob Johnson's a winner.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
That guy has great.
Sure.
I've got great respect for him.
Yes, sir.
And then Coach Muller ends up leaving, and Coach Peden comes in. You probably could have transferred. You probably could have gone somewhere else. What made you want to stay?
Just Coach Peden, the mentality he came in with, just he came in renewed. Like he said, we're gonna start from the beginning. And he had a lot of other people leave and made people into the transfer portal, but he stuck with me, and I always respect loyalty. And so that was just like major on my list. And I was trying to transfer out, but my only options were it had to be better than Illinois State in every aspect. So if I didn't find that, because I know loyalty, like what me and Coach had, I know that's hard to find. So it was like, yeah, it's either Coach or find something else, and it's like a risk. And I took the risk, and I'm so happy with the risk that I take.
Hey, give me a few adjectives. How would you describe Coach Peden and his coaching style, his personality, but his coaching style as well?
Driven. He's this is solutions based. That's what he likes to use a lot. Solutions based, and he's just truthful and very easy to talk to. Just like, it's not like sometimes he doesn't like give off the role as a coach because he's so willing to ask us questions about what's going on or what we see out there. And so that's big time, just letting us know that he has confidence in us and what we know.
And have you been on Maddox Paxton's podcast? That's what I really want to know.
I have not. I've been talking to Maddox. He's supposed to get me on there. I don't know what's going on.
Folks that don't know, Coach Paxton's son Maddox, he has a wide scope of social media followers doing his Maddox Minute or whatever he calls it. And this is a scoop. I have you before Maddox. I'm gonna
like, how does that
happen? I'm taking pride in myself right now.
Yes,
you guys have some folks that have stuck around. You've got some new players as well. You mentioned being excited about some of the new guys.
Yes,
I got to know, got to see Luke Kasubke play a little bit here in St. Louis when he was in high school. Saw him play at K-State. But he has stuck around as a real valuable guy to that team. But I'd like you to talk about him and Burford and Poindexter. Can you give me just a little bit about those three guys?
Oh yeah, Luke, that's my guy. He's a dog. He's gonna get after it. He I don't remember. I think at the end of last season he like hurt his shoulder or something, but he had a shoulder injury. But I think this summer he came back straight to it. It wasn't a delay in his, and that's just who Luke is. It's just like if he can go, he can go. If anything's stopping him, it has to be like a broken leg or he's just a dog. He's gonna get after it every time. He's looking real good this year. Like I'm probably say that for everybody. I'm just so excited. But Malachi, he's looking good too. Good guard. We got some guards to back him up this year too, and he's always him. He's always will be him, and he coming with the same mentality. We all got the same mentality, just attacking this year, and he's attacking it too. And him and DB, we both all three of us is on, all four of us are on the same page. And coach has been talking to us as returners. He got more responsibility. He's giving us more responsibility to be more leaders, because last year we didn't have any freshmen. And this year with the freshmen coming in, he's looking at us for mainly to lead them into the season, because we already know what's going on, and we've been taking that role very well.
Darius Burford, was he wearing a mask a bit last year? Am I right? Do I remember right?
And that's crazy because I'm the one that broke his nose, and we was on the same team and everything. He had tried to come off me for a screen, and I accidentally elbowed him in the nose. He had like an orbital fracture. It was wild, but the mask, he might need to get the mask back, because when he got the mask, it was a different.
He was dropping him in, wasn't he?
Exactly, he was. He definitely was.
He's your leading returning scorer, almost 13 points a game. Just talk about his game, what you want to find, how you want to find him in the offense when you guys are playing.
Right. I feel like DB lives in transition, just his speed and his just strength. Like I'll say this: I don't feel like any guard in the conference could mess with DB on his good nights, because you're not stopping him, you're not stronger than him, you're not faster than him. And he's just when he's in his mode, he's unstoppable. And like I said, in transition, if he gets out, it's curtains. You
were the third leading rebounder in the league, but you guys bring in a 7-footer from University of Illinois. Talk about Brandon Lieb, and how will that change your game, if at all?
Oh yeah. I'm still gonna out rebound. I'm still gonna be leading the rebound. I can tell you that. But that's gonna make everything better, because we're gonna.
I love that.
For the boards. Oh yeah. He's looking real good out here. He came in, just like all the transfers. They're just willingness to commit to the system. It happened immediately. It wasn't any like growing pains or anything. They came in fully open, and that's all we can ask. And he's been looking good out there, working. He's getting it in, dunking every ball that touches hands. It's insane. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him this season. It's a big addition.
Well, he's, as you mentioned, big. He's 7'1" or whatever. But there's not a lot of 7-footers in the Missouri Valley Conference. To have a guy like that has some skill, has some mobility, is a big advantage.
For sure. And we're definitely going to take advantage of it. Go inside. And we could play inside out. We could play. That's why I said there's so many combinations of things we can do. We can play small ball, big ball. But I can't give out too many secrets. I can't give out too many insiders.
We'll take care of that. Dalton Banks comes over from SIU. And what do you remember about playing against him? Not just what he's looked like at practice now, but what do you remember about playing against him?
That he gets after it. He's a dog. I just remember how all of them, the whole SIU team that year, I think at their house, they don't miss. And I remember him in there, not doing the same thing, hooping. He always been very sound, and that's what I remember. Very great defender, team player, great teammate, and that translated here too. He just comes in ready to do anything. That's my guy because he doesn't care.
When I look at some of the people Coach Peden has signed, and not being an expert on any of them, of course, you just read things. I think of Miles Foster and Jordan Davis. They have some kind of resume behind them. Can you tell us about their game? What do they bring to the team?
Oh yeah, Miles he's got 8 foot long arms. Each of them is 8 foot long, and he just aggressive and strong. And he's just out there getting rebounds and scoring. He's gonna be a problem for the whole valley, all the teams in the valley. Just a big presence down there, doing everything. He can do all type of things. He's very excited too. And Dalton, oh no, Jordan,
Right.
that's my guy. That's actually my roommate. That's my guy. Great defender. He's solid. He real strong, big guard. We didn't have really much size in the guards last year. He brings some size and IQ, and he was in the Wisconsin. He was at Wisconsin, so he has that level of competitiveness already in him, and so it's just us all gelling together as one. That's the main focus.
When you talk about Lieb coming from Illinois and him coming from Wisconsin, getting guys that have played in real tough physical leagues has to add a little bit of an edge to the squad.
Oh yeah, we talk about it all the time, just like the difference between the leagues, and like it's really just size and mentality. It's not like the guys are so much better than the Missouri Valley. It's just the toughness and the size of the guys, and they bringing that size down to us, and so it's not even. I don't even like saying down, but they bringing the size to us, and it's going to show in the conference for sure.
You mentioned you have some freshmen on the team this year, which is new. It was amazing last year. Not one freshman, as coach was just trying to put together a roster and all of that. Right. But a couple of guys that stand out. Again, just reading press clippings, right? Or Ty Pence and Johnny Kinziger. Tell me a little bit about those guys.
Yeah, those are some very great kids, very great guys in general. Just like, and I remember me coming from high school to college, just like I'm nervous. I don't know what to do, but they make it look like they've been doing this forever. And just in the practices, they're on point. They not missing a beat. They not slacking. Like they don't make too many freshman mistakes. Of course, they still make some, but they don't make the lack of effort ones, or the ones that is just like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? They're on point. They're getting in the gym extra. That's all you can ask from your freshmen.
When you travel the Missouri Valley Conference, this will be your third year in the league. Where's your favorite place to play that isn't Redbird or Horton Arena?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's kind of a love-hate, but it got to be Bradley. Just the game. I hate Bradley's arena just because it's Bradley's arena, but those games are unmatched. I love those games.
The I-74, the War on 74, exactly. We call it. I love those games. I've been to one or two of them. I love them.
Very exciting.
And I don't want to talk personally here. Like, how are you doing financially? But the whole NIL world has changed, and I wonder if the NIL opportunities are available to Illinois State players. I mean, are guys making a buck here or there?
Oh yeah, they're looking out for us. We got we have a collective. It's called the Center Court Club, and it's a bunch of donors coming together to try to get us as many NIL opportunities as we can. And I always appreciate them for them. I tell them that all the time, and that's just big time because they could be doing anything else, and they want to work with us to get us better money and better resources, and that's so big time, and I really appreciate them.
I mentioned Horton Arena a minute ago. What was that game like last year when you guys went to the on-campus arena there?
Yes, sir. It was. I've never played anything like that. It was the energy was unmatched. It was like as soon as we got in the game, it was like I felt like it was no way we could lose this game. Like we had Doug Collins in the building. It was just great vibes, great energy, and I feel like everybody felt that.
As you head toward the final season here, I would guess your hopes are professional basketball someplace, but different than basketball, and I'm assuming that's where you're heading next, professional basketball. What do you hope to do long term? I mean, is there something what about your degree in those things?
I'm currently majoring in criminal justice, but I'm not necessarily sure if I want to pursue a career in criminal justice. But it's just I'm so locked into me right now. I haven't really gotten to that point. I should, even though I probably should, but that just shows how excited and I am and committed I am to this basketball stuff. It's just like I feel like I got to put all my mental energy into this because I feel like that's what it's going to take. And that's what I'm going to do.
I called it Redbird Arena, and I think they call it something different now. It's like Sefcu Arena or something like that.
Right.
But that place, when the fans are engaged, is one of the top-notch places to be in college basketball. Talk about the vibe at Redbird Arena.
Oh, yeah. I always got to get a shout-out to the fans and the student section. When we gonna get more wins for y'all because they deserve it. They deserve the best. And like in the 3 years I've been here, like I said, I've been with 2 different coaches, but the fans stayed the same no matter how the season seemed or how it was going. The fans always showed up in support, and I love it. I love it and appreciate it. And this year we're gonna bring it home.
And how will just one or two other questions? How will having a big 7-footer, because you played the post a little bit, over the last couple of years, that will mean you're going to be guarding some different players this year. I imagine sometimes you'll go back to the post as well. But how does that change maybe the structure of your offense or the structure of your defense?
Right. It's just an adjustment, but it's a better adjustment because like sometimes I had no other options but to play in the post, or like if say Ryan Smith got in foul trouble last year who was playing the post, then I would have to scoot down. But now we have a bench and we have people coming in to replace them, and it's just it helps a lot. It's just I'm definitely going to be having to guard more guards, more wing players, but I'm looking forward to that. I've been working on it, and I've been doing that my whole life. And it's just like you said, it's mentality. It's just you got to guard who you got to guard, and that's my job.
You said that Coach Peden is solutions oriented. When you putting together a whole new roster, can you start to see where the minutes are going to fall? I don't expect you to give me the scouting report, who's starting, who's the sixth man and all that. But can you start to see where some of those minutes are going to be played by your different teammates?
I honestly can't. I can't say. I can't even say for myself. It's just so competitive, and like in practices, one day this team will be doing good, and the next day this team will kill this team, and it's like you'll switch the teams up, and it's a different team every time. It's not like somebody's consistently just killing each other. It's just we're still working on our combinations of people together. So we finding who works best with each other, and everybody's working well with everybody. And we'll have to wait even longer. I don't know.
No, that's a good problem, right?
Yes,
I mean,
sir,
problem's
sure.
the wrong word. That's a good factor that it's so competitive that you don't know.
Yes, sir, for sure.
It's exciting. And so finally, when you think about heading into the Missouri Valley Wars and those teams, obviously you have a rivalry with Bradley. Is there one other team that's kind of that team that, the Redbirds really get up for or don't like much? I like to figure out who the rivalries are.
That's a good. Let me see. Last year, the Missouri State game, that was an intense one. We only played them once last year, but they had a crowd there, we had a crowd there, and it came down to the wire, and it was a very competitive game. I enjoyed it.
Well, listen, we have thoroughly enjoyed watching you your first 2 years at Illinois State. Looking forward to that third and final one for you there, and watching you do it somewhere else after that, some place professionally. We like to pay attention. Appreciate your time today. A great deal.
I appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you.
That's Kendall Lewis. He is the star forward of the Illinois State Redbirds, and they're going to be better this year than a year ago. Watch out for the Redbirds. I'm Harry Schroeder, reminding you, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll see you again real soon.